What is up, everybody? 8 days out till kickoff. Next Thursday, we got the Bucs and the Cowboys kicking off. Last week, myself and Bob, we gave you our picks for the upcoming season, division by division. Pete wasn't with us, so I got Bob and Pete with us today. So we're going to recap, or we're going to let Pete dive into his picks since he wasn't on last week. So let's get right into that. Who you got? NFC North. Let's start with the NFC.
NFC North?
NFC North.
Okay, so, I went with that playoff predictor thing.
Yep.
And you could toy with that thing until the cows come home. So, I feel like I, spent way too much time and dove way too deep into it. But I got the Packers at 12-5, winning the division. And we got Vikings at 10-7. We got the Bears at 5-12, and the Detroit Lions at 4-13.
Okay, so I think all three of us pretty much had that same order. I think you had the Vikings were a little bit lower.
Yeah, I had the Vikings lower and the Lions lower.
Right. Okay. Yeah, if you need to
jump
Bob's
out of your
official predictions, go back and listen for sure to last week's episode. But okay, so Packers and Vikings. Did the Vikings make the playoffs in your?
Vikings made the playoffs.
7 seed, 6 seed?
6 seed.
Okay. Let's go over to the NFC South.
Okay, so this one might be a little crazy, but I'm high on the Bucs again this year.
So am I.
I got the Bucs going 14-3.
Ooh.
And I'm also pretty high on the Saints. I got them going 9-8. Falcons going 7-10, and the Panthers finishing at a whopping 3-14.
Oh man. Okay, I was high on the Panthers before I did the playoff, going through the schedule, and then I said last week, I had them 5-12.
I mean, obviously they could eke out a couple more games. The Falcons and Panthers, they could flip-flop, but yeah.
Yeah, the Panthers, Darnold looked very good in his limited preseason action.
Right.
And we'll get to all the games here next week for week 1, but Darnold looked pretty good limited action. Okay, so did the Saints get in? The 7 seed?
The Saints did not get in.
They got out at 9-8.
They got out.
Okay.
Now, this could change. I could have the Saints in, but with this playoff, with this playoff predictor, it had them out. But
yeah.
I kind of like the Saints this year.
Yeah, and we'll give our Super Bowl.
I like Jameis. I'm high on Jameis.
I just don't trust I said it last week. I don't trust that Hill and Jameis aren't going to be utilized together. If you told me Jameis started all 16 games and they didn't toy with it a lot, I'd be a higher. I think I had him.
I don't think they're going to toy with it too much. But you never know. Who knows? That's kind of up in the air. But, yeah, if Jameis is the full-time starter and they don't toy with that, I think they're going to do well.
Yeah. All right, NFC West.
Let's see here. NFC West. Where are we at? Okay, so I got the San Francisco 49ers finishing at 12-5. I've got the Arizona Cardinals finishing at 11-6. Seahawks at 9-8. And the Rams at 7-10.
Woo! You listen, huh? Sean McVay overrated or what?
I'm not feeling the whole their running back situation. I think there's some flaws in there, and I think that's one of the toughest divisions. I think the Niners are going to do really well. Pretty high on the Cardinals. Seahawks, I think, are still that good.
What'd you have them at?
I got them at 9-8.
Another winning season. I think they've had. Yeah.
Shoot, I had them at 13-4.
9. They're second. I know you guys love.
They don't ever have losing seasons.
It's been like nine straight. I think they're in second behind Pittsburgh of losing seasons.
Probably.
All right. Last NFC division, we got NFC East.
NFC East. This one's tough.
The NFC least.
Right. So I got the Washington football team finishing at 9-8, winning the division.
This is disrespectful. It's immediately disrespectful.
I've got the Eagles at 8-9. I've got the Cowboys at 7-10 and the Giants at 5-12.
Okay. I mean that's the big. I think that might be the hardest division to call. That in the NFC West. I have no idea. I could see all 4 of them, except the Giants have looked terrible preseason though. Who knows? They can come out and their defense could shine, and then Daniel Jones could just turn it. I don't know. Who knows?
They got Saquon.
That's a big question mark. All right, let's ship it over to the AFC North.
All right, AFC North. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers at 11-6, the Cleveland Browns at 10-7, Baltimore Ravens at 9-8, and the Cincinnati Bengals at 6-11.
Okay. Let's shoot over to the South.
All right, I got the Tennessee Titans, 14-3.
Number 1 seed.
Number 1 seed. And we got the Colts at 9-8, Jacksonville Jaguars at 8-9, and the Houston Texans at 2-15.
The Jags. That's the one that sticks at 8 wins.
Hey man, Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence.
Yeah.
I think he's a real deal.
Yeah, I had him getting 5, but I just don't know about the defense. I mean, we'll see. And the O-line. If they can protect Lawrence, he does look like the real deal. And he's got weapons.
LaVisca Chenault. He's got some weapons out there.
Yeah, Etienne going out.
Yeah.
That hurts him a little bit. Robinson's still good.
I think Robinson was going to get most of the carries anyway.
Etienne would have been the pass-catching guy, but we'll see. All right, AFC West.
Let's see here. AFC West, I got the Kansas City Chiefs finishing at 13-4. I got the Chargers at 11-6, Raiders at 9-8, and the Broncos at 6-11.
All right, LaFron boys. I know if you're listening, I know you're not going to like the Denver prediction there. And then let's get in the last division, the AFC East.
AFC East, I got the Buffalo Bills going 12-5, Dolphins going 8-9, Jets going 6-11, along with the Patriots at 6-11.
Jets and Patriots both 6-11. The Dolphins, man, you guys are both low on the Dolphins.
I don't think the
two
Dolphins
rookie
are gonna be that
quarterbacks. I'm not too high on those guys.
Yeah. Okay, I saved the. Did you? And before we get to Cam Newton, breaking news: the Cam Newton been released this morning. I woke up to that news. That was
Does
phenomenal.
not change my prediction. Sorry,
Well, I want to
Bob.
ask Bob. He had him at 13-4 last week, the number 1 seed in the AFC. Does that change it at all?
I think
That
they probably.
Mac Jones.
I mean, it's Bill, so him picking a quarterback, I think he's probably decided on who's a better quarterback for the system, and I don't think it changes much. Maybe 2 wins. I'd probably take 2 away. I think Cam was kind of got the short end of the stick a lot. He comes out, plays great in the last preseason game, gets back to New England, and they tell him can't come to practice for the week because there was a mishap in COVID protocols. And
Yeah.
I mean that sucks for him. And then that's the last preseason week. And that whole week after right there is
That had to
basically
play.
roster cuts.
Right.
That has to play into who's starting because now, your Mac Jones is taking all your first team reps for the last week of your cuts before 53-man rosters.
Yeah, I think the COVID thing played a huge role in it, even though I was surprised he got cut because he knows the system. That system, I think, fits him better than Mac Jones. Like the running power system with Stevenson
But that's such a Belichick thing to do.
And he's thrown the ball better than he has in the past 2 or 3 years. I know it's preseason, whatever.
Yeah.
He's looked better than he has the past couple of years, in my opinion.
The last preseason game, he looked great.
I've always said he can't
preseason,
throw.
though.
He looks like he's healthy. He looks like his arm is healthier than it's been. That's why I was shocked.
But you don't put that much weight into preseason football.
Well, you can if you can throw
In
before
opening drives, you
Yeah.
can. Opening drives.
kind of.
Well,
I
of
don't
course,
know.
you're going to look good against third stringers.
No,
Yeah.
I'm to opening drives. There's
Some of them.
starters on defense playing too.
some games. I just thought he looked better than he had. That's all.
So where's he
I was
go?
shocked.
Goes to the Steelers or what?
What's
Me
his
and Pat talked
destination?
about it. I think the best fit's probably Pittsburgh. He can sit behind Ben final year. He kind of is the same quarterback, weapon wise, like what he can do. I mean, it's probably the best fit, and they don't really have any future. They're looking at Rudolph and Haskins. So
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Did Haskins make it, or did he get cut?
I don't know. I
Him and Dobbs were fighting for it. He looked
Yeah.
bad the last
they
game. I
did
don't know
not
if he
look
even
good.
made it.
So I mean, they don't really have a future to look forward to. So I mean, Cam and Rudolph
Pitts-
battle it out for a starter next year.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's my number one destination. I said it. I think Ben's probably in his last year. I would think.
It's got to be. He has to be.
And look at the weapons he
Yeah.
would have going into next year. The 3 receivers plus Freiermuth.
You got
Ebron's probably gone next year, but you have Najee Harris.
coming in.
You got if they improve that O-line, the defense is always good, and you got Tomlin. They pick up right where they left off. I think
Cam
in my
can't go to a
opinion.
team like Houston because
Yeah.
that's the end of his career right there.
I'd rather not play this. I'd rather sit out
I don't
a
know
year.
if they pick up where they left off, but they're better off getting him. Having a backup plan.
Right. The only other 2 teams I could think of is Washington, just because of the Ron Rivera ties. They have Fitzmagic starting, and I think
We all know Fitz is going to play for somebody else next year. So
he probably.
This is finally Fitz's team, though, right?
yeah, he got a 1-year deal. though.
and then
He's finally got a team.
the other team, although their quarterbacks preseason have lit up, everybody's high on them now. Bridgewater and Locke. Denver makes a lot of sense to me
I think Dallas makes sense too.
to back up.
Yeah.
Their backup's terrible, so
That's
it
what
kind of
I'm-
does.
it kinda-
But
Yeah.
well, is
Yeah, I
Cam
can see
willing to
that,
take
for
a
sure.
backup? Because if he goes to Dallas, that's my only thing is if he goes to Dallas and Dak is healthy, he's never starting again. You know
No,
what I mean?
it would be-
if he goes to Pittsburgh, he will actually.
He has
he's
a
building
competition next season.
He's building learning the offense this year to start next year. If you go to Dallas and Dak's healthy, you're never starting over
No,
Dak.
never.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So we'll get into some more news after we talk about, we're going to break down MVP Coach of the Year. But first, let's get into our NFC title game. Who do you got? Don't tell me who wins. Who you got in the NFC title game? Bob, we can start with you.
My NFC title game prediction was let me go back to it. I have Green Bay playing Tampa.
So rematch of last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have
What about what do you got in the AFC?
So in the AFC, I have Tennessee playing Kansas City.
Okay. So you got 3 of the 4 same teams as last year.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to second that. I think it's a rematch in the NFC title game.
Green
I
Bay,
think it's
Tampa.
going to be Green Bay, Tampa again. But right now, I'm really high on the Bills. I'm really high on the Titans. Tough to go away from. Right now, I have Bills, Titans, but it's tough to leave the Chiefs out.
Yeah, it would take. I mean,
I don't know how that would shake out with the Bills, Titans ending up, playing against each other with the Chiefs
seeding.
having such a good record.
The AFC's is stacked.
I think both divisions. I think both.
But I think
conferences are pretty
it's going to be Bills, Titans, or Chiefs. I mean, that's
good. Those 3.
I
2
think
out of those
that's
3.
right.
I think you can count the Browns in too.
So that's what I'm going to get. So I got the Packers versus the 49ers. I know it's kind of a homer pick, but I think if you go back 2 years,
Wow.
if you
I
go,
almost took the Niners. I almost did.
Somebody
Yeah.
came in horny.
So no, but so I went against the homer pick in the Dodgers in baseball, and it's going to backfire. They're going to win the world. They're going to be in the World Series this year. I had the Padres in there, so I'm not doing it again just to please people. I think the 49ers are that good. Losing Salah hurts, but last year you can't discount the fact they had the second most injuries in NFL history.
Yeah.
Watching him in the preseason, Garoppolo looks fine. Mostert looks faster than
Yeah.
he has been.
Yeah.
Trey Sermon's the real deal. Kittle's back. Ayuk's a little banged up. If the wide
Debo.
receivers can stay healthy,
Yeah.
There's no
I could see
reason.
him going deep. But, yeah, that's
And I think the run game,
I
they're,
almost took the Niners.
they're the 9th ranked offensive line. If that run game with Mostert and Sermon can do what it did 2 years ago with Mostert and who was the running back? Tevin Coleman.
Tevin
Coleman.
When they went to the Super Bowl, I don't see a reason why they can't get back there. So, and then the AFC, I got the Bills and the Browns.
See,
So I like
would-
the Titans, but the Browns I think are the real deal. Their run game, their offensive line. If OBJ,
I feel like
can-
you're just daring to be different right now.
the Browns.
No, you go back
I
and
got
look
the
at
Bills
last
and the
season.
Browns.
You go back and look at the last season in the Browns Chiefs game. There's a few bad calls in that game.
No, they
You
screwed
think-
themselves.
You think
they did.
I know
their
you
dive.
guys love Baker, but I mean, do you love him that much to
no,
get you there?
the
Depends on
running.
if he's feeling dangerous or not.
Their defense.
This is true.
If he's feeling dangerous, bro, you can't bet
Yeah,
against
it's
him.
lights off.
So I have Bills, Browns, but Chiefs and Titans are definitely in the mix. I have the Browns beating the Chiefs in the second round. I just think that run game is that good,
It's going to get to him.
and they
yeah.
can they could have won the game last year.
Right.
Although Mahomes did get hurt in the second quarter or third quarter. But that run game can get them over the hump, and that defense is going to be scared. Miles Garrett's
Yeah,
back. They added
that's true.
Clowney.
It's gonna
They
be
draft
wild over there.
Denzel Ward's a beast.
Right.
They stole Johnny Johnson from the Rams, and they drafted Greg Newsome on the outside. So they got their. And I love Stefanski. I think he's the real. He hides Baker
Second-
flaws. He
so
utilizes Baker's rollout.
Baker's actually going into a second consecutive season with
Correct.
the same offense,
Right.
where he's not learning a new one every year.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
Think I think you could see.
That's
We'll see
true.
a lot.
Yeah, it's going to
That's a
be.
good point.
I think both divisions are stacked. I don't know. We'll see. So now let's get into some of the awards.
I feel like we're all just discounting the Ravens.
The Ravens.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had him at 9-8.
Yeah,
And
I-
it felt kind of bad.
There's going to be a team that we're not
I think it
even
might be the
mentioning.
Ravens.
Could be like the Seahawks. I think you had them doing well.
But all of us had the Ravens like
Could be the
9-8.
Patriots. You never know.
I have them doing well.
I'll freak out. That'd be my nightmare.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
because I'll talk about it every show.
Right.
I mean, there's some dark horses I have in the playoffs, like the Vikings. I think they could be really
Patriots
good
come out week one, win like 48-0. Pat's gonna lose.
against the Dolphins. No,
Pat will lose it.
yeah, I will. All right, league MVP. Last year was Aaron Rodgers. I'll start. This year, Aaron Rodgers. They cut. I saw a thing today, almost got me. There's a guy on Twitter. His handle's Adam Schefter, but it's not Adam Schefter.
Yeah,
And
I've seen it.
They cut Jordan Love. I was losing my mind. I was like, what in the
It's the
world?
fake
I
one. I've
almost
seen
I
it.
fell for it for like 10 seconds.
Plus, that's like,
But
you
no,
know,
I think
him and
Pat's like
Devontae
Aaron
Adams are
Rodgers
doing
has
the
got pulled out.
But yeah, no,
they're doing
I
the
have,
last dance. I mean,
Yeah.
I could see it.
I have Aaron Rodgers win MVP again. I have the number one seed in the NFC. I think he throws 50 touchdowns. He's just that good. He's just so consistent. I mean,
Running backs got to stay healthy.
yeah, Jones. They have Jones and Dillon, but I think with his receiver, I think his receiver core is fine. Like I understand they probably could have got another. They can go out and get a better guy, but Scantling, they went out and got Cobb, but
They will squeeze every ounce of what is left from Cobb.
Rogers is Rogers. He's done this for years. I think as long as he stays healthy, 11-1 is he's the second favorite to win MVP. I got Rogers.
Yeah, so I got Josh Allen. I think they're going to end up, winning 12, 13 games this year, and he looked really good in preseason. I mean, the guy lights out. And just that team, I mean, when Trubisky looks that good, just imagine what Josh Allen could do behind that line. Singletary looks good. I mean, their running game is questionable, but I think that Singletary's going to step it up, and they got a couple other guys back there. But, I mean, he was on the doorsteps last year winning MVP.
Yeah.
So I think he has a repeat performance, something similar to what he did, maybe even better. And I think the Bills improve on their record. So I think he's going to be up there. I think he was like third or fourth.
He's third. He's 14-1, I think. Yeah, you mentioned the running game. They look a lot they look better.
Yeah.
Singletary and Moss looked a little bit faster. And they even have Breida, which I love Breida's former Niner. He's super quick. He's a third back. But realistically, you look at Diggs, he's going to be a top 5 receiver again.
Right.
Cole Beasley, and that's the only concern with the receivers is the whole COVID protocols. Like Beasley and Gabe Davis are both. Gabe Davis is a monster.
Yes.
Yeah. And we'll see what happens with all this
Plus,
COVID
I mean,
stuff,
look at the division.
But Allen's a monster.
Look at the division, too. All those division games, you got Tua, a second-year player, and then you got Wilson and frickin' now Mac and Cheese.
Yeah, and I think
their quarterbacks.
I think their defense is going to be better. Like 2 years ago when it was lights out, last year it struggled a little bit to start. If they're better, Allen's going to put up monster numbers. All right, Bob, who you got?
Throw you guys for a whirl right now.
Ryan Tannehill.
Jalen Hurts.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh.
I'm taking Jimmy G because if he comes out and plays 17 games and the Niners are the 1 seed, it's almost impossible not to make this full MVP. Because if he plays, you're in the Super Bowl. He will have missed most of last year, and the Niners fell apart. Now, there was a ton of other injuries.
Right.
Back it up. He plays them all, and they're in the Super Bowl. If he does it again, and they're like the 1 seed, you can't not tell me he's not valuable.
What's his odds?
I don't know. Probably a lot. I can look him up right now.
But I have the Niners being really good. So, I mean, I have them as a 1 seed, so.
Should we put money on that?
I'm taking Jimmy G.
Yeah, I mean, the Otani bet, we missed the boat on that.
Oh, my God. I was
now?
freaking all I was trying to talk you guys in that one, too. But I'm taking Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, baby. I don't know if he'll put up the numbers, but and with I was going to say with the Allen thing, if he puts up, if they're close, Allen and Rodgers again, the voters might lean Allen this year because Rodgers got it last year. Voter fatigue, kind of. I don't know if that's a real thing, but
yeah. I almost took Jalen Hurts just because I know he's gonna rush for some yards and some touchdowns.
I don't even think Jimmy has odds. Yeah, he's not even on here, dude. Trevor Lawrence is 66-1, and Jimmy's probably 100-1.
I think it's worth betting.
Dude, Trey Lance is on here.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Trey Lance is 33-1.
He said, "I think it's worth betting."
How is
so? It's like the backup quarterback for the 49ers.
He's not even the backup. Come on now.
Trey Lance is 33-1. Jimmy
What
Garoppolo's
do they know?
They might know something.
Huh?
Mac Jones is 40-1.
I think you're missing Garoppolo's in there somewhere.
He's not in here. I'm looking at it right now. There's only like 20 guys, but that's wild.
You might have to wear a dunce cap if he's not starting by week 4.
If he doesn't start, I'm gonna freak out as a Niner. I'll lose my mind. Trey Lance has got hurt already.
He's out another week with some finger injury.
Yeah, he's already. Garoppolo's going to start.
Garoppolo's 125 to 1.
125. That's not a bad bet. That's not a bad bet. I might fire.
125 to 1.
125 to 1.
And if they're the 1 seed and he starts all the games, it's
throw $20 on it. 2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's not. I mean, you've said crazier shit. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
All right. Coach of the year. Who we got?
Okay.
Who we got going? Bob, you want to start with Coach of the Year?
I'm going to go with Robert Saleh and the Jets.
My guy.
I'm going to go there. I think Zach Wilson has looked. He might.
I like
you could
Zach
argue
Wilson.
that he's been the best rookie quarterback so far.
I think all of them looked good, but yeah, I mean, you can go either way.
You could say I mean, and Robert Saleh is obviously going to have the Jets defense on point. They're going to play good defense, and if Zach Wilson isn't turning the ball over and has a high completion percentage and they can mediocre run the football, they're going to win games, or they're going to be real close in games. And Robert Saleh is going to get some Coach of the Year votes. So that's who I got.
Right. So I got Brandon Staley for the Chargers. I think if they stay healthy and they win 11 games and have a little turnaround season and Herbert balls out, I think I could see him getting Coach of the Year. And if not, it's going to be Sean Payton. I think if I'm telling you right now, if the Saints make the playoffs, it might be Sean Payton. I'm going to go Brandon Staley.
If they make the playoffs and are a good football team, I would venture to say you could almost fire him for not starting James Winston last year.
Okay.
We said that all last year.
Yeah,
you could 100%. venture to say the owner would be like, what were we doing last year?
Like I'm saying, if they don't,
why did we pay Taysom Hill $120 million?
If he does not toy with that quarterback situation and they make the playoffs, he can win Coach of the Year.
I mean, if they go and win, say they win the division. I mean, there's always ifs and buts, but
right.
I'm not as high. I think I have them winning 9 though.
If I'm the owner, I want to know why I'm paying Taysom Hill $20 million.
Did you look at the odds before you picked Staley?
Did not.
He's the favorite.
Is he?
10-1.
Oh wow.
I think I'm pretty sure he was the favorite. So I got Cliff Kingsbury.
Okay.
I think because
Arizona turns it around.
I have the Cardinals winning the West at 11-6, and I think all the negative.
I could see it if they turn it around.
If they turn it around and win it, I think he's a good long shot to kind of do that. I like Staley as well. I was kind of going a little because I'm high on the Chargers. But I still have the Chiefs win that division. So I had the Cardinals winning, so I got to go Kingsbury there. I like Saul. That's my guy, but I just don't see him winning enough games for him to get it. As I think they'll be in it, like you said, they'll be in a lot of games. I just don't think they'll win a lot of games.
Yeah.
All right, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I think this is easy.
I think it's Devontae Smith.
That's close.
Really?
He's going to be the number one guy. He's going to catch a ton of balls.
I mean,
he could put
he's definitely on my fantasy radar.
Oh yeah, he could potentially be like a Justin Jefferson.
I agree. I
agree.
I love Devontae Smith. I just think for the award,
it's going to be a quarterback.
There's 5 quarterbacks.
It's one of them. I could buy that. It's always a quarterback, but
it's Najee Harris. He's going to be the workhorse for the Steelers. He's going to get over. He's going to get over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns.
You can't say Devontae Smith and say Najee has no chance.
Najee's going to air it out 50 times.
Najee Harris is going to catch 50 balls.
He's going to catch it too.
Balls.
Oh, I guess.
So he'll get over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns and walk away with the Rookie of the Year.
Okay, I'm going chalk. Trevor Lawrence. I think it's just he's going to play. There's no threat of his job being taken. He has good receivers. He has Marvin Jones, Shenault, DJ Chark. I think they're just going to have to throw a lot. I think they're going to be behind in games. I think he's going to put up numbers. If I was looking outside of that, I was going to say Trey Sermon. It's kind of a long shot. He's 23-1. I think he has to be involved in that running game. Yeah. And I think he gets about 10 touchdowns this year as well. But I like both Najee and Devontae. I just think.
Did you guys even nod at Kyle Pitts? Maybe
I saw he's 9-1.
Yeah, I saw his odds. I think they're a little.
He'll
low.
put up numbers.
No, it's same with like Jalen Waddle. I think he's going to put up numbers. I think Devontae, Najee, all these guys are going to put up numbers. But when it comes down to it, quarterback's always got the advantage right out the gate. I think Justin Fields, if he starts by like week 3 to 5, he could.
But
he could be up.
Here's the thing with Najee, he's going to be on a playoff team.
I think so.
So if the Steelers are in the playoffs and you're the rookie and the workhorse, got to kind of give the guy the nod.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see, though.
No, it's not a bad bet. All right, defensive rookie there. This is kind of,
who do you got?
Defensive?
Yeah.
I got Greg Newsome the second, cornerback.
Newsome?
He's on Cleveland. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time. I almost went with Surtain.
That's who I'm taking, Patrick Surtain.
I like Surtain.
He's an instant impact player.
And then the other guy on my radar is Zaven Collins. But I just feel like it's hard for a linebacker to win it. I feel like it's a cornerback or an edge rusher.
So that's why I have Jamin Davis for the football team.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just think with the defensive line that he has, he's going to get room to make all these tackles. He might lead all rookies in tackles, but I don't know. It's rookies tough. I don't know. I would like to say Asante Samuel Jr., but
gosh, he's good too. Coming in, he's good. Yeah, I like Patrick Surtain. That's my pick. Immediate impact in Denver.
I almost picked him, but I went with the longer odds guy. Newsome's 20-1. I think Surtain was a little bit lower, so we'll see. All right. So we're going to, we'll revamp this Super Bowl prediction probably mid-season. Last year, I nailed the exact two teams. I think we all said the Bucs, so we all nailed it.
We all picked the Bucs wings.
We all picked the champion. I think there's going to be a little bit of a disagreement right now on who's. We'll see. I don't know. Let's get to it. Bob, who you got?
I'm taking the Bucs over the Titans.
Repeat.
Tom Brady wins another.
He's not betting against Tom Brady. That's a smart
I'm not.
move.
Who does?
I'm
If you
going to.
picked him every year for his career, you've had a 50% shot every
That's true. I mean, that's
of winning your
Yeah,
bet. Your future.
that's true. They're stacked too. I got the Titans over Tampa Bay this year. I got Ryan Tannehill.
MVP.
oh, so you
hoisting.
got the same matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got Tennessee.
I got Tennessee. I got Tannehill hoisting the trophy.
oh my. Oh,
Pat will lose it.
Oh,
dude.
it's so mad.
Tannehill's
Those are
going to be
the two teams.
hoisting the trophy, and he's going to get
And he's gonna steal
Super
an
Bowl
MVP from
He's
Derrick
gonna get
Henry.
Super Bowl MVP.
Steal it from Derrick Henry. He's going to have like 170 on the Bucks, and he's not going to win MVP. They're going to give it
So
to Tannehill.
those are my two nightmare Super Bowl winners are Tennessee and New England. Although I will say, anybody out there listening from Say It Out Loud Sports Fantasy League, we do have 5 Tennessee Titan tickets to be given away all season. So
They sound like they're going to be there. So right
it is
now,
the most common ticket, which we'll announce next week for Week 1. My Super Bowl, I'm taking the Green Bay Packers to get it done. Aaron Rodgers gets his second ring. I got the Packers over the Browns.
I can't
in
wait
Super
for
Bowl.
if that happens. I can't wait for the Rodgers press conference where he just literally shits on the entire Green Bay organization for an hour and a half
After he wins.
at the presser. Yeah, I can't
and
wait.
then holds out again next offseason.
Oh yeah, says he wants
Oh, Jeopardy.
$100 million to come back.
Yeah, so I got the Packers over the Browns. Kind of a weird Super Bowl, but there's so many combinations to think about. But like
So
the
many
Chiefs,
good teams.
it can't just be the Chiefs, Bucks. Can't Brady? I mean, it can. I guess I don't know. But yeah, I'm going Packers over the Browns in the Super Bowl. All right, we'll revisit this. If I nail that one,
That's a wild one.
I'm getting a job at ESPN. All right. So we talked about.
Taking
Let's talk
Rachel
some
Nichols'
NFL.
job.
Yeah, let's take some NFL news. Let me see what we got going on. We talked about Cam Newton, Mac Jones.
Are we going to do some crazy prop bets we saw?
I couldn't, dude. I
Dude,
tried.
there were
Did you,
so many.
did you find a couple?
I found one that just threw me, like
What do you
blew
got?
me away.
What do you got? I tried to find some, but the
Somebody
female
actually
using-
bet it. I saw that there was a ticket bet on it. Some guy
This has
bet the
gotta be good.
Chiefs to lose the most games in the NFL this year.
That's stupid.
That's what he bet. It was
who
like
bet that?
it was. They dude bet
Was
like
a mil-
$1,000 on it.
What?
to win 150,000?
That's it.
Yeah,
That's all.
That's a stupid bet.
it's crazy. Who bets that?
That guy's stupid.
Yeah,
Unless it was Patrick Mahomes and he knows something, he's just going
He
to
just holds out.
fake his own death or
holds
something.
out. They could start Chad
Was it-
Henne and they could still win the games.
It was Jackson
have
Mahomes
too
that
many
put that
weapons.
bet down.
That's crazy.
Jackson
So
he kidnaps his brother.
the one I did see that I saw
Celtic
Puts a
pride.
hit out on him.
somebody on Twitter was talking about this. Mike Evans' receiving yard total was 1,000 yards and a half.
To
And
keep his 1,000-yard streak alive.
Yeah. And now there's an extra game. Like it feels like a no-brainer. But it was like
That's a
even
good
it's
one.
like minus one whatever,
Yeah.
minus 120 or something, but
Yeah, that
I stole that from somebody on Twitter. What else we got? Injuries, man. Injuries are taking over the league. You
coming in
know,
hot.
Cam Akers is out. Travis Etienne's out. Irv Smith's out. You know, it's just
Irv Smith.
Oh, the Packers center.
no Irv Smith, the
No,
Viking.
I'm saying
the
the
Packers
center.
center's out.
He's on the pup list. Can't come back to week 7.
Michael Thomas is on the pup list. Stephon Gilmore's on the pup list. I saw those two just about an hour ago. So they're out for the first 6 weeks.
Yeah, can't come back. I saw Gilmore's out till week 7.
That's
too.
not good for New England. If they had, I still
guy
think
is-
they'll be all right, but
Yeah.
7 and 10, cap it. All right, now let's get into last thing before we get out of here this week. Go ahead. I mean,
Did
you followed
Oh,
this?
I've been all over.
Did you follow it?
What?
The
Oh,
Bishop
Bishop
Sycamore?
Sycamore guy.
yeah, dude.
Okay.
Wild.
Tell me,
biggest-
break
the
it down.
memes are go.
Break it
Oh
down.
my
Memes are great.
lord! So if nobody knew, if you haven't seen this yet, which
Break it down.
there's no way you haven't.
I haven't. I saw it,
Bishop
but I didn't dive into it.
Sycamore High School. Okay, fooled ESPN to putting them on national television to play IMG Academy. They play this game. They lose 58-0, and during this game, the announcers are talking about they can't find these Division One.
How do you pull this
players.
off?
during the game?
Yes, they're saying that
Oh.
they can't find these guys that were ranked to like in ESPN, like the top 100s,
Yeah.
and these Division One athletes
They
that have
claim
scholarships.
they had like
5,
10
they had 5 that were going to
bunch.
Division One schools. So during the game, they're like literally on live air googling these kids, and they're not finding him ranked anywhere. They're not even finding him at a high school.
No.
So then the truth comes out after this. About 2 days later, Bishop Sycamore is in the high school. The team played 2 games in 3 days. They played Friday and then Sunday. Nobody knew they played Friday. And most of the players on the team had already graduated high school and were JUCO dropouts.
Yes. They had some
There weren't
20,
even-
they had some 20-year-olds on the team.
And they lost
Literally.
58-0.
Yes.
Yeah, well, they play an IMG Academy, so
Still,
I mean,
that's hilarious.
I
dude,
mean,
this team, their coach had an active arrest warrant. He's on national TV.
yeah.
What was it for?
Fraud, because fraud. And then
perfect.
a kid came forward. He was the first kid ever recruited by this head coach in this team. This team used to be COF Academy. It got shut down. They basically shut them off, shut them down. They don't exist anymore. So they just decided to keep rolling, changing the name, lie to everybody.
You see,
This
the
kid-
record last year was 0-6.
Yeah. How they only played
played-
6
yeah,
games.
Who they played last year?
Yeah, I looked
Yeah.
it up. I was like, what is this all about?
Dude, this kid said so they had like sent his parents blueprints for like this new campus that was being built. They recruited him. He gets there.
What's that movie with?
There's a movie.
Justin Long,
Yeah.
Accepted, and he creates a fake college.
Yeah, fraternity and everything.
And then the parents all
Yeah.
come and they're like, they turn it into like a school. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
I
wild.
just thought of that.
Some kid, he was living in a hotel for 5 months and they didn't attend any high school classes.
My only question is, it's 2021. How in the hell
ESPN,
do you get away with
somebody's
that?
getting fired at ESPN. Apparently, they hired this company called Paragon to put these matchups together, and somehow it got by them.
Sycamore freaking got in the algorithms.
Wonder if they were this was all planned by ESPN.
I don't know.
Like they're like, let's wonder if ESPN's that'd be wild.
Just to get more views.
Because think about how many people are talking about it. I've seen it all day on Twitter. There's people writing articles about it, laughing about it.
Oh,
we're talking about it.
insane.
ESPN.
These fools aren't even
These
in
guys
a high school.
created a high school. Created a high school.
They're not even a school.
It's gonna come
There's
out.
no
it's gonna
class.
be
There's no teachers.
It's gonna be a movie.
They got a 53-man roster on that
I want to
team.
know who they
on that
played
school.
Friday.
They wanted to plant the seed. ESPN 30 for 30. 100% this is on
Fake high school.
there. 100%. This is all planted by ESPN. That's my theory.
The head coach, what a savage.
That's wild.
Fool's got an arrest warrant.
Active arrest warrant for fraud because he had the whole team living in a hotel claiming the school was being built, and they never paid for their stay.
That's crazy.
He was writing bounce checks.
That is nuts. All right, last couple bits of news. Oh, Jalen Hurts announced officially quarterback one. Nick
Well, we knew that
Sirianni.
was coming.
Chris Herndon.
yeah, that should
let-
come as no
let-
surprise.
Ben Dudunsky got cut today.
Dunsky.
Dudunsky's done.
Did he? Oh, yeah, obviously.
and Garrett
I told
Gilbert.
you he was done last year.
So their backup must Cooper Rush because they cut Gilbert and Danucci.
Oh, they're making room for Cam.
No.
Making room for Cam.
All right, I think that's it,
Because
man.
nobody knows if Dak's healthy.
What about a stud and a dud?
That's on next week.
Oh,
We got
shoot, brother.
Next week.
I was
This
all
fool's
stoked,
horny right
man.
now.
Yeah, big time.
All right, that's it for this week. A little short and sweet. Tune in next week. We got locks of the week. Father-son pick'em contest is back. What else? We'll run through every game. Something to watch in each game for week one. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.